Welcome everyone back to the brickitect studio. It is just after 6 a.m. Monday morning, a time that I don't think anyone wants to be up but me, because I just got done sorting this dirty vintage Lego haul that you saw me get this weekend. In fact, Clark and I did a 2-hour live stream on Saturday going through it, and on Sunday, and I was having a good time hanging out with all of our people, showing off some of the interesting stuff in there. But I know there's a lot of people out there that, one, don't like live streams. Maybe you don't have the time to put into them. Maybe you missed it. Who knows what happened, but I thought I could make a little video here for everyone, including the people that were there, just to go through all of this in great detail, showing you exactly what came of this and what I got for my $40. So let's jump into it and I'll show you what I got. I guess I should offer a warning to you guys. You're probably going to feel a little dirty after watching this. In fact, you're probably going to want to go wash your hands after you see what I'm about to go through. But we'll just start right over here with some of the broken pieces, hopefully all of them. You guys saw in that video when I was looking at this, there was a ton of broken stuff, including a lot of the red pieces. A lot of these red plates, I guess, get brittle over time, but it was a little ridiculous. We got a lot of dirt here, as I mentioned, but all of these plates, they're all cracked in some way. So as a result of that, they're not going in the collection, and this is just kind of my junk pile. So I thought we'd get that out of the way so you're prepared for pretty much everything else you see, including minifigs. I had no idea that there were this many minifigures in here, but there were a total of 81 of them, and I got them all laid out here, so I thought I'd take a little bit of time to go through them all. A lot of them are just these basic guys wearing completely black outfits, but we also have some pirates in there. We've got some islanders, race car drivers, police officers, and you'll see that across the lot. I remember seeing this guy from when I was a kid. A lot of this stuff, this is from like the late 80s, early 90s, I think, in that range. The guy that owned this, or the kid that once owned this, was 41, and he was very rough on his stuff, as you could probably tell if you were in the live streams. You saw a lot of damaged pieces, but I just wanted to kind of take you through these without taking too much time. But I know minifigs are something that a lot of people enjoy looking at, and in my opinion, this was one of the highlights of this haul. I had no idea that there were this many. What I saw in there, he had a couple of the pirate guys sitting out, which I thought was great, but pretty much everything I saw were just like these police officers and guys that were race car drivers. But there's some in here. People in the chat were saying in the live stream that the price that I paid for this, which is $40, was worth it alone just in the minifigures that I got, or minifingers if you've been around for a while. And you're probably right, but we got some extra stuff too. We got all these wheels. A lot of these are probably going to get tossed, though. You can see that, you know, they're rusty, and maybe you have some pro tips on how to clean these, but I'm not that desperate for wheels. I just wanted to get them sorted out so we could see what we have, and some of that will be salvaged. As I take this piece out of here, the next thing I have to share with you are the slopes and arches. We've got quite a few of those. In fact, the one thing that I thought was most interesting out of this is that we have tons and tons of these. It's almost like this kid, they must have got like a set on clearance at one point, and they just bought like every one of them. And you'll see that across the board here as I take you through some other things, like down here in the, just take you over here, we'll take you to the plates. I've got so many of these. There was a set. It must have had this guy wearing the black outfit, or maybe that race car driver, and there must have been some type of plane or some type of ship or something, because we also have over here, I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's it's just some oddities about this collection that you have so many of like one particular thing. But these are all of the slopes. And then we go over to the bricks. This is primarily what came out of this. And again, this is vintage stuff, so it's a lot of just the most basic of pieces. This is how Lego used to be before they got all fancy pants. But this is the bricks. Again, a lot of really dirty stuff that can be cleaned. I'm going to go through this, and some of the blues, they're faded, and some of the reds are as well. The whites, they're going to need some treatment on them, so I'm going to do that for the first time with the peroxide, trying to whiten those, and we'll see exactly what we can pull out of this. I don't think all of it's going to be saved, but I think if I put a little bit of effort into this, I certainly can. And that's what I was trying to explain to the guy when I was buying this. Like, this is what you see here. This is 5 hours of work. I mean, that was a lot of playing around and stuff, but it's not like you just dump this into your collection. It's not that easy. If it was clean, maybe, but not in this case. From there, we'll come down over here. I've got a whole bunch of windows, doors, things like that, a random alligator, crocodile in there, and there's more of those over here. We've got a shark, very dirty. We've got the boats, got a couple of these islander boats, and the pirate boat, which you'll see a little bit later. We've got a window in there. Couple tiles. There's gonna be more tiles that I didn't pull. I was just kind of doing that last minute, putting some tiles together. But here's the plates, and you saw a little preview of that earlier. Everything that was in there. It's how's that sneaking in there? This is actually supposed to be in this pile. This is the miscellaneous pile. This is the stuff that didn't fall into one of the categories like bricks, slopes, plates, tiles, wheels, minifigs, junk. Well, some of it maybe, but just miscellaneous stuff. And I'll give you like a little fly through over this, and you can see like this is kind of the loveliness that's in here. And I don't think my floor is ever going to recover from this because it's like just dirt. So yeah, this is the interesting stuff that's in here, I guess, if you want to consider it that. I mean, I know some people are like, wow, look at all those bricks, but this is like stuff you'd put into your collection and try to see what comes of it. We got doors in here. Again, a lot of these like boat pieces, things for like a plane. We've got several of those. It must have been a plane, yeah. So it's this, 2 of those, maybe if we could find one on each side, and then that, and then maybe a black minifig. I could piece a whole bunch of those together out of here. But speaking of piecing things together, this was the highlight of this for me. This is the ship that was in there. And if you didn't see the original video, or if you need a follow-up on that, I have it here. This is set number 6289. This is it red-bearded something or other? I can't remember the name of it. I just looked it up randomly Saturday when I bought this, and I haven't looked at it much since. Outside of grabbing these pieces out of here. This set supposedly came out in 1996, according to my chat that I was discussing it this morning. But I think everything is here. If you look at, I know this isn't the best photo, so if we go kind of towards the back of this, if we can find a picture of it that's somewhat complete. Again, the struggle is real. This is the only manual that came with it, and it was pretty damaged. I think we can pull this off. There's a lot of stuff in here that will lead you to believe that the pieces are here. I have the masts. I have these brown things. You pirate detectors out there know what I'm talking about. There was a little compass in here. I didn't even know this was Lego. I never had this in my collection as a kid, but you can see it there, and that's in there. You got a piece of the wall, and there's lots more of that. I was looking at these like slopes that are here, and we've got those. They're in there. I think I can piece this together. If not, I'm going to bricklink a little bit of it, but you're probably wondering, well, Greg, what about the sails? And we have them. They're a little dingy, a little dirty. There's a piece of the manual there that's with it. You can see that there's a certain color here that's still pretty dark, and then it just gets dirt. So we'll try to clean these the best that we can. We got this too. That's really frayed, really kind of ugh, and then we got that. So my goal with this whole haul is to try to piece the boat together. That would be the coolest thing that could come of this. It's not in terrible shape. It's a little scratched in the bottom. Some people are giving me recommendations on how to get those off. I'm not that worried about it, honestly. But if we can put that together, grab all the pieces from that, pull everything out of here that we need to do the boat, and if I walk away with the boat from this, I think that's an absolute win, plus the minifigs. That's great too. The rest of this is kind of just, it's icing on the cake, I guess, and I'll try to go through it, clean things up, put it in my collection what can be. The rest of it's kind of just going to be tossed probably, or donated. That stuff's definitely going in the trash, but discolored pieces and things I'll probably just donate to our local thrift shop, and some kid will probably go in there and be like, oh, cool, Legos, and then they'll take it and have fun with it, hopefully. That is the speedrun version of everything that I did this weekend, sorting this out, trying to figure out what's in there. The one thing that I didn't show you yet was this. This is the case that this came in, and this is actually Lego. The only downside is that there's one little crack there, but basically you slide these in here and you can slide those out and put your Lego pieces in there. So just leave that one there, but you get the idea. That is, I guess, a little bonus on there that came with it for the $40. Maybe that's worth a little something too, but overall I think I did okay. I don't think $75 was worth it, although some people disagree just based on the minifigs alone, but some of those, you know, they're going to get filtered out as well. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. The time that I put into it already, the time that I'm going to spend cleaning it, that's going to be quite excessive too. And then piecing the boat together, that's going to be the fun part. So I'm excited about that. And you're going to see a follow-up video on that when I have this baby built. Maybe even a little bit of the progress along the way. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad that I bought this. I have no regrets. It was a fun time this weekend going through it with everybody and having a fun time there. And I'm excited to see what comes of this. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Dirty Vintage Lego haul. Before you guys go, let me just dump this out here. These are all of the accessories and some incomplete minifigs that came with this lot as well. Got a lot of helmets in here, life preservers, shields, weapons. We got a cannon. We've got some chests. Some of them, actually one of them, this one, yeah, one of them has the gold coins inside. It's this one right here. In fact, I'll show those off to you. Show you my treasure within a treasure. That right there. And yeah, just a bunch of extra little things. Got pirate guns, Can I say that here on YouTube? A lot of stuff there, so we can piece these guys up and make them look totally awesome. But yeah, I wanted to show that to you because I thought maybe somebody would be excited about that, because I am. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.